Greetings from the Wooz Stead. This is Wooz the Collector, and this is episode 23 of the Collector's Geeks and Freaks Show. Well, as promised last episode, went out to the movies again this weekend to see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Now, mind you, I went into this movie looking to be disappointed. Why, do you ask? Just because of the trailer. In the trailers I saw, and the adversary, Namor, in this particular movie. Was this a good movie or a great movie? Sure. If you're not a Marvel Comics fan, Marvel comic fans will hate this movie. Or most of them will. If you've never read a Marvel comic, it might not bother you, but it bothered me. The setup, if I wasn't a Marvel comic fan, maybe I would have liked. But going into it, being a Marvel comic fan, no, you're not going to like it. The Chadwick Boseman tributes were throughout the movie most of the time. Very much in the beginning, very much towards the end. There is a mid-credit scene that you should stay for. There's nothing at the end of the credits, which is unusual for a Marvel film. Like I said, the audience in the theater, it was packed. And I'm going to say this movie is made for your regular movie-going audience. Not even your MCU, Marvel Studios MCU fan. It just, it didn't feel right as a film. And maybe with the loss of Chadwick, that was part of it because he was the Black Panther and already knew who the new Black Panther was, or temporary one if you want to call it that, because they do say the Black Panther will return. Well, we'll see who he returns as. And then if you're a Marvel comic reader, you know nobody's really dead in the comics. There's always some way to bring him back, so who knows what they have in store for the MCU and what are we on Phase 5. Not as good as Phase 1, 2, 3, the first phases. As they're going on, they're picking more obscure characters and stuff like that, and building upon them and building on the universe. And this movie kind of sets it off, I guess, for it. Namor, if you don't know who he is in the comics, I guess you'll like him in this. But the actor and the whole character, I extremely disliked. There's a lot of things like the adversaries are fighting or people who live under the ocean who are blue out of the water, but have regular skin tone under the water. Makes no sense to me. Like a few other things in the movie just didn't make sense. So I'm going to say it's not Wooz-worthy for me. Movie-going audiences are going to love this. They already have. It's already knocked Black Adam out of the top of the box office. It's the second biggest opening in November to date. So yeah, I think this is going to rake in a good amount of money for Disney and Marvel. The evil empire, Disney. Yeah, that's who made this movie. Yeah, money. It's all about the money. Will I watch it again? Yeah, I will. I'll watch it again on Blu-ray or 4K, depending on what it is, because I always do. And I will add it to my collection because I can't. Just because I'm not a fan of one doesn't mean I can't add it to the collection, because I do have pretty much all the Marvel movies. So I saw it in XD 3D, which that was good. The visuals of the film are good. And just the story and the characters. They're a little flat. The main cast from the original Black Panther are all in it, and they're great. Angela Bassett does a great performance. I love her. She's great. It's just not for me. For you, it might be, but not for me. So, but if you're a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, definitely you have to see it. Marvel fan in general, yeah, you gotta see it. You're gonna be disappointed. Maybe you won't be, but you gotta see it. And I recommend seeing it at XD and 3D if possible. Next week's movie, The Menu. looking forward to that one. So I'll let you guys know next week if the menus were worthy or not. But yes, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Check it out in the movies because the evil empire needs your money. And I think you'll enjoy it. Most people will enjoy it. I did not. Well, that's my review. Take it or leave it. Alright guys, on to some other things. I got a couple Amazon packages this week. And my Midtown Comics pre-order came in. And it's a big box. So it's got to be a lot of comics in there. So let's get to it. First off, definitely a pop. Not sure which one because I do have a few on pre-order at Amazon. Of course, this guy was in my box, so he got delivered cool. And right off the bat, very little packing, but at least he's not moving around scuffing. It's Moon Knight, which is a great series on Disney Plus. If you get a chance to check it out, there he is, Moon Knight. Oscar Isaacs is in the series. Ethan Hawke is the villain in the series. Very good series. So I would check it out. I wasn't a huge Moon Knight fan. I'm still not a comic Moon Knight fan. But cinematic universe, yeah. I really enjoyed Moon Knight. There he is. A little bit of extra. Alright, so that's Moon Knight. I got him for $11.99 off of Amazon. I just wanted him because I already have Khonshu, and I'm going to probably get Mr. Knight. But his box is good, so that one's good. This other figure, I've been waiting for it to come out. It was $26.99. It went on sale. You can actually get it at Best Buy right now and Amazon for $17 and change. This is a 6-inch Black Series figure. Now, the reason I've been waiting for this one out is it is actually... Let's see if they put me upside down. We got some packing there. This is someone in a stormtrooper's disguise. So, at least crammed them in the box a little, but not terrible. We got some bubble wrap on them. Card looks good. But guess who this is? That's George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. They came out with 6 inches of Han and Luke from Star Wars A New Hope, and this one is just a throw to the main man, George Lucas. So I had to get it. And I just think it looks absolutely so cool with George's head on there. So, yep, that's the George Lucas 6-inch Stormtrooper in disguise. $17.49 on Best Buy and Amazon, around that right now if you get up there. I would say this is definitely one to pick up if you get a chance. I think it's going to be worth something in the years to come. So, that is George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. Only thing I have left, which is probably going to eat up all our time, is this big bad boy, Midtown Comics. And that box is heavy. Like I said, Midtown Comics goes to no, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but their packing is phenomenal. At least for the comics, I haven't ordered anything else from them in a long time. But check this out, as I always show. Bubble wrapped, paper bagged in their bags that you get at the store. And it says we have, wow, no wonder it's such a big bag, 41 books. Yeah, you're all asking yourselves, geez, Wooz, where are all 41 books? Pre-orders. So these are books that have been out that I'm finally getting now. Because I'm not in a rush to read my comics. I pay way, way less than cover price with a bag and backing board. And these are probably like a couple months worth of comics here. Sometimes I get a big order, sometimes I get a small order. Depends on release dates and all that. But if you're reading comics, like I said, over and over again, I'll keep repeating myself, unless somebody else can find it, Midtown Comics is a place hard to beat, especially if you can have patience. And what's one thing about collecting that I've learned over the years is to have patience. Don't jump on what just comes out. Because usually, if you're patient and wait a month or two, you can get it on sale. But you got to know what's going to sell out and what's going to go down in price later on. And now, it might go down in price now, but once they run out and they're gone in a few years, the prices go back up. Well, you can't buy them in a regular store. And that's where the secondary market comes in handy, or where you can make good money. So yeah, 41 books. I'm going to show you what I'm reading now. I'm going to try to not make this be an hour-long episode because we got 41 books here. But I got the pile going here, and we'll lift up one at a time. Star Wars. I've been enjoying the Star Wars comic from Marvel for quite some time. If you're a Star Wars fan, pretty much all the Star Wars comics have been pretty good. There's only a handful of titles I don't like, so that is latest Star Wars. Another cool one, Ghost Rider, newer series for Ghost Rider. I think it's like volume 8 or 9 or 10. It could be somewhere around there. Like the story so far. Johnny Blaze is black. Out of hell. We've got Venom, because I'm a huge Venom fan. Stories in Venom have been pretty cool, and I think are going to lead into the Spider-Man miniseries coming up, Dark Web. I think. I'm not sure yet. These are the last remnants of Judgment Day. Wasn't a huge fan of this major story. I think they brought in the Eternals just to try to boost them up from the movie, but it wasn't a great series. It's okay. If you get a chance to read it, pick it up and trade paperback, I would do that. Amazing Spider-Man, Hobgoblin's back. Pretty damn cool. Vanish. This is issue 2. I still have to read the first one, but so far I just kind of scrolled through them and I'm really digging the art. It's my style art, so that's Vanish from Image Comics. And then we have Dead Man from Dark Horse. This is also a new series. It sounded interesting, so I'm going to give it a read. I'll let you guys know. I did already pre-order issue 2 and 3, so we'll have to see how that is. Spider-Man number 12. Now, these are all mixed in here, so we just saw 13, and this is 12. So that's what's kind of cool about with the Midtown Comics is I'll get 2 or 3 books at a time. And I just read them as I go. Usually shoot for 1 a day. 2 a day, so my backlog, depending on what's got going on in life, Creepshow, I enjoyed the first issue. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this. Very remnants of the show. I never read Creepshow before, but if I did, I would think this is how Creepshow should have been done. So I like it. I'm going to keep reading it. That's Creepshow, and that's Skybound, and I think that's Image Comics. Wrapping up Judgment Day. Well, hope this is a mistake on their end, but I've got 2 Hulk 10s here. So I have to see if they gave me all the books in this order, so I'll have to go back through my receipts. Or did I just get a bonus comic? Hulk 10. So that's never happened before. I did have one box where a comic was missing, so now I'll have to give a count after my episode. It's supposed to be 41 here. If I've got 42, then I got two extra Hulks. So if not, then I have to go back, and what's nice is they email you a copy of what's coming in that order, so you can reference it. Avengers Forever story's been great so far. I like the time travel stuff and the not time travel, but the multiverse traveling, and that's what this is about. Dark Knights of Steel, alternative universe of the DC universe, set in medievalish times. Story's been very good so far. Kind of Game of Thrones-ish, maybe a little bit. Definitely worth a read. And I've been getting bigger into the DC comics. I've been a lot of Batman mainly, and this was one I was looking for. Batman and the Joker, Deadly Duo. That cover looks awesome. I'm looking forward to reading that. I've been enjoying the Batman versus Robin too. That's been a good story. Oh, Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We're gonna check that out. That's a new series, or a mini series. The Carnage story has been pretty good too in this run. Issue 7 here. Carnage is going around and collecting people's powers, supervillains, and absorbing their powers. So that's proved quite interesting. And this is just the symbiote. Cassius isn't with him. So, very interesting story. Avengers, because I like the team books. The new Alien comic from Marvel. Story is okay. It's nothing terrible. DC War of the Undead Gods. Another DC comic I've been reading. And then we got DC Comics All Out War Vampires and DC Vampires. The All Out War is a spin-off of the DC versus Vampires. I'm enjoying both of them. If you like horror and you like the DC, definitely worth a read. Another Avengers. Like I said, you get multiple, not multiple books like that Hulk one, but usually a couple books in the series together, so it's cool. You get to read the story, and I always do read them back to back. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. I've enjoyed that story too. Another good crossover multiverse story. Venom 13. That's another one with multiverse traveling and multiple King in Black. Midnight Suns. Good story. Pick it up if you get a chance. Darker side, more horror-ish on the Marvel end. Predator number 3 from Marvel. I kind of like this story. In the first issue, you see a young girl, her parents get killed. They were scientists on an expedition. She's the only one who survived the Predator attack, and she goes on to hunt the predators. It's been a good story so far, so I'm looking forward to that issue. Darth Vader, number 28, and that is not Padme. That is the Empire, and that is Padme's double. That's been another good story. Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead, number 2. This one here is actually written by horror icon Bruce Campbell. And I can hear his voice as Sergeant Rock telling the story. Pretty cool. Nazis and World War II and Bruce Campbell, can't go wrong. Definitely a must read for horror fans and Bruce Campbell fans. Slides off, we'll start a new pile. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus. This was a story that ran beginning of the year. I didn't buy any of the books, so I waited for the trade paper to come out. It's another one, I believe, where we have some multiverse travel and all that, so I picked it up. So that's another trade paperback to add to my trade paperbacks up here. Alright. Picard Stargazer. This is a story that takes place between last season and this season. It's been okay so far. Nothing to write home about. Star Wars Bounty Hunters, another good Star Wars series from Marvel. We get to see a lot of the bounty hunters that we saw in Empire Strikes Back, but in the Star Wars universe, what they've done, what they're going to do, and who they are, which is kind of cool. Star Wars Mandalorian. I'm still out yet. I think I gotta read issue 3 and 4. I'm waiting to see it. It seems like it's going through the TV series quickly, so hopefully a new story or something different will come out and not just a retelling. Punisher number 7. I haven't read Punisher in a long time. I actually have 1 and 6. I bought the trade paperback, so I gotta hold this one till I get there. But the Punisher is actually leading the hand now. So I read some people's comments here and there, and I was like, I think I want to check that out. So I've got the pre-order of the issues 1 through 6 on trade paperback, and then this is going to pick up after, which I've done that in the past with The Walking Dead. I bought all the old conundrums, or whatever they're called, the big books, to catch up. I did it with Outcast. Why the Last Man. I never read any of the books, so I picked up that. So these are just series I'm thinking out of my head that I've read that I wasn't from the beginning. From the beginning of the comic books. Secret Invasion. I'm curious to see what this is and what's going to tie up to the new oncoming Disney Plus show, Secret Invasion. Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be different? We'll have to see. Night of the Ghoul number 2. This is a horror comic. The first one was very interesting about a director and a movie that never came out, and this thing called the Ghoul, which you see crawling out of that dead person's head. As horror comics go, if you're a horror comic fan, definitely a good read. Good storytelling. It's Scott Schneider. I can't remember what he's done other horror comics. I want to say he did 30 Days of Night, if I'm correct. Could be wrong. If you know different, let me know in the comments. Oh, Predator number 4. So I got 2 of those to read back to back. We've got Savage Avengers, which is occurring in 2099 now. They got ported by the Deathlock unit, who is actually Miles Morales, to the year 2099 and met up with the 2099 Punisher. So, different story. We'll see if it has anything to do with the other 2099, which was an earlier story in the year. We'll see. Spider-Man, End of the Spider-Verse 2 story. New villain there, and I'm trying to destroy the web of life and all the spiders. It's a wasp-eating spider villain. All right. Spider-Man: The Lost Hunt with Kraven. Just that cover alone, I love that cover. Take them out so there's not so much of a glare for you. That is an awesome cover. Looking forward to reading this one. Next up on the reading block. Oh, last one. Batman vs. Robin number 3. Like I said, I've enjoyed this story so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. And that would be all the comics I got. So I'll have to count those after. Let you guys know next episode if I got a free comic or not. And that is it. That's a show. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I didn't like it, but I bet you probably will. This is Wooz the Collector, signing off.